Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Raid Shadow Legends. First off, I want to say my apologies for not being on screen. We're going through an absolute heat storm in Europe right now, so if you are over there and you've been experiencing heat, then you're not alone, and I just can't. I'm sweating buckets over here, so my apologies, everybody. But what we have to talk about in today's video is a bit of a recap of everything that's going on right now, because there's a lot of things, including the Orcs Path event, to get Crocad Throat Rippers Red Stars, as well as Shayak Packmaster. So he is available in this event. If you've been following this channel, you know I'm not going in on this event, but I do want to break it down for you guys, for those who might be. There's also a few other things that are on the horizon. Tomorrow, there is a brand new champion training event, a tournament event actually, but this is going to contain red stars for Ramantu Drake's Blood. Now, this is something that I am working my way towards here. The Ramantu missions, I do not have them unlocked, but you know, if you do want to go in on this tournament, do keep in mind it's probably only going to be the top person that is going to be able to collect this. And I burned myself really hard on champion training tournaments when I didn't get my 5 red Gracos turn Drake, because some guy just came up from behind like 5,000 points out of nowhere in like an hour, and I lost it. And I am never doing one of these ever again. But maybe one of you guys will try it. Now, before we get to the rest of the video, I do want to remind people that if you still haven't started playing Raid Shadow Legends yet, what are you waiting for? Get out from under that rock and download using the QR code or in the link in the description down below to get him the free legendary for the Shadowkin faction, and also 3 amazing epics alongside him: Ugo, Lady Annabelle, and Fane at account levels 10, 20, and 30. And that's not all until the end of August, which is a little bit longer still. You can get yourself a free Tholan Falbeard absolutely free by using the promo code Demon Slayer within the first 48 hours of a brand new account. I do use him every single day, actually. He's an amazing demon lord and boss killer all the way around. Now, I do want to talk about something else really quickly here, and that is going to be this progressive chance. Also, we have this Lizard's Day event, so I couldn't go in at all on this event. No, is it finished? No, we're at Spider Tournament, sorry, for the Lizardmen. And I guess it's going to be, people were wondering, what is this Prism Shard for? I guess it's going to be for some Lizardman pool that's going to be happening pretty soon. But I have a trash roster for this, so it's just not happening. There is actually some pretty interesting progressive chances, which I guess must have been already over, actually, now that I think about it. I guess it was yesterday. Anyways, it did happen. Let's not talk about that anymore. So there's a new progressive chance that's ongoing right now with these characters here. I believe it's for buff block. I believe that's what they're doing. And then they also, for the void shards, of course, they have these characters here. It wasn't the progressive chance news that I want to cover really quickly. You can see it here when you logged in. Block debuffs, sorry, my bad. And then also some of the most powerful on Monday. They're going to be running a new one for characters that have the block debuffs. You can kind of see some of them here. And so that's going to be happening today and throughout the next couple of days. Now, let's take a look at the Orcs Path event, right? Also, this is a little bit, actually, it's way easier. Like, as far, it's not complicated. Like, the directions are not complicated in the slightest. Basically, if you want Packmaster, you're going left. If you want Crocad's Reds, you're going right. If you want both of them, you're doing both. It's pretty easy to follow. So if we start from the bottom here with Packmaster Shayak, you can see 60,000 for him, 50,000 for the Reds. But if you go up down here, follow it backwards, 66K, 70K for the Epic Book, 72.5, 74, 75 up here, 75, 750, 76, 250, 76, 500 for Shayak. So 76,500 to get Shayak. Now, how are you going to get points for this? Well, if you want, and you want to blow some of your energy, you can farm, you know, rank 5, rank 6, this kind of thing. For if you're doing like hard mode, things like this, you might have a better chance to get some points this way. But I mean, it's more of a filler, right? You don't want to use it as your primary way to farm. I said 76,500, right? So that's going to be, if you're using primarily Sacred Shards, let's bring open the calculator over here. And it's going to be, where is, oh, we need to remove that, right? Calculator. 76,500 divided by 4,500 is 17 Sacred Shards. I think I did the math there, right? I mean, it's about that. Now, you could use a combination, right? There's Primal Shards down here for 1,800, Void Shards for 750. But realistically, Sacred Shards are typically what you would use for events. It is still a pretty high bar, right? It is a guaranteed legendary, for Shayak Packmaster. That's for sure. But if you want to do the other stuff, let's talk about what it is going to be for Crocat Throat Ripper. So 50,000, 56, 60K, 62.5, 64, 65, 66, 250, 65, right? 65K, I think that's what it is, or something like that. Basically 65,000. So 65,000 divided by 4,500 is about another. You can't have 14.4 sacred shards, so you'd have to go up or pull something else, right? So you're essentially looking at over 30 sacred shards to get both of them. Now, if you have Crocat Throat Ripper, you definitely want 5 reds. But if you don't have Packmaster and you have Crocat Throat Ripper, you do need Shayak, right? Like it is basically non-negotiable. I think maybe he can be used by himself, but essentially, if you are going in on this, you do want Shayak Packmaster. And for me, I'm not doing either. And a lot of people might be wondering why I'm not doing anything. And that's because, you know, I've gone onto the Hell Hades website. You're right, and if you go onto the Hell Hades website over here, then you can kind of see some of the stuff that's on. Oh yeah, man, 2 red stars. That would be nice, but I'm not going for that. The reason why is because I went into the past not guaranteed champions, past fusion events. Great website, by the way, for resources. And I was kind of looking like what happens around this time last year, and I think it's really important to note, right? And if we take a look at this, and I think these dates are wrong a little bit. But there was a Thor. So we had this Scored the Half Spawn event. Okay. And this is basically running right now on the same times as Packmaster. Throat Ripper and Packmaster and this kind of thing. And then Thor Feyhammer, which came immediately after him, which was alongside the Asgardian collaboration event as well, which lasted for a couple of months. So I have a feeling that, you know, as typical in very Plarium fashion, that they're looking to drain your resources before something really, really good. Thor was an amazing champion, so I do believe that perhaps the next fusion event, which is likely going to be probably the start of September, I think at this point, right? It's usually once a month, but they usually start towards the beginning, that we're going to be leading up to something really amazing. And so that's why I'm holding the line. I don't really spend on shards. So that's a big thing, right? As far as what I got, I have 16 sacred shards. I do have 131 ancient shards. So you know what? I probably could get Packmaster, but I don't have Throat Ripper, so it doesn't matter anyways. I am holding all of this stuff, right? I'm trying my best not to do any pulling until we find out what's going to be going on for the next major event, which should be in a couple of weeks' time. And I'm just hoarding. Right, I guess my shard drops haven't been super amazing over the last week or so, so I really can't afford to blow this now on this event when there's going to be others. There's always stuff going on in this game, right? But I do want to pull on the next one. I'm going to go all in on the next event, right? That means unlocking the fusion character. That means getting the 5 red. I'm going to do all of that, right? I think I can only do this like once every 2 events. Right, so I did get the Titus. I got Titus, but I skipped on Throat Ripper. It's just like once every 2 fusions. I think that I just, as someone, because I'm not overly spending on this kind of stuff, that I can't go and, you know, do everything, right? You kind of have to pick and choose what you want to do in Raid Shadow Legends. I think that's some of the most important things to note. But if you are going into the Orc's Path and you do have Throat Ripper, definitely go and get yourself Shayak, because it is going to make him really, really good. The combo is amazing. In Faction Wars, Cursed City, Hydra, these kind of things. He's obviously a Hydra-based champion, the dog. So, I mean, you're going to have a lot of fun with that, but it's just not going to be for me this time around. However, I hope the best for all of you who are going in on this Path event. It is a little bit easier than the last one, which was a Balar combo. I remember because I did this. It was a 5 red for Balar and also the Balar guaranteed unlock. And I did actually at that time, I unlocked Balar, but I did not have enough shards to get his reds because it was something like 20 each, like 20 sacreds for his unlock and then 20 for the reds. It was a pretty hefty price. So I am paying for that now because I don't have as many shards this time around. Anyways, I just wanted to do a little bit of a recap for you guys. Of course, before I go, I do want to remind you that if you haven't started playing Raid Shadow Legends yet, what are you waiting for? Download using the QR code in the top right or in the comments down below to get Karato Fox Hunter of the Shadowkin for free, and also 3 amazing epics to go alongside this legendary: Ugo, Lady Annabelle, and Fane at account level 10s, 20, and 30. And also, make sure to use the promo code Demon Slayer within the first 48 hours of a brand new account to get yourself another legendary absolutely free. That's 2 legendaries and 3 epics to start your journey off. What are you waiting for? And I'll see you guys all on the next video. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.